Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking the code on the Project 2 Cultural Analysis essay. We're going to break down the most common hurdles students face and give you a super clear roadmap to lock in a better grade. So let me ask you something. You've got all these fantastic, insightful ideas about your culture, about the movie or song you chose, but then you get your grade back, and it just doesn't quite reflect all that hard work. If that sounds familiar, you are definitely in the right place. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to systematically hit 5 key areas. Seriously, focusing on these will absolutely transform your essay from just okay to really great. First up, let's talk about the absolute foundation of your entire paper, the thesis statement and the intro and conclusion that hold it all together. Okay, so the number one issue we see time and time again is a weak thesis. Maybe it's just a really general statement, or it's buried somewhere in the middle of the first paragraph. But most often, it's just missing the two most crucial ingredients, the specific artifact and the primary culture you're analyzing. And, the ripple effect here is huge. A weak thesis doesn't just ding your thesis score. It's like a wobbly foundation for a house. It drags your content and organization scores way down too, because your entire essay just doesn't have a clear guide. Let's make this really concrete. A weak thesis is something like, this paper will discuss the movie. I mean, that tells your reader basically nothing. But check out the better version. It's a roadmap. The film Turning Red reflects my Asian heritage and Generation Z values by exploring, see, now we know exactly what this essay is going to prove. So the fix is actually pretty straightforward. Just follow these 3 steps. 1. Put your thesis at the very end of your introduction. 2. Make sure it names the artifact, your main culture, and what that artifact reveals. And 3. When you get to the conclusion, don't just repeat yourself. Explain the so what. Tell us why your analysis actually matters. Okay, so we've laid the foundation. Now let's move on to the actual building blocks of your argument, your body paragraphs. This is a huge, huge pitfall. So many essays just end up retelling the story of the movie or describing the song. Your body paragraphs are for analysis, not summary. You can give a little bit of context in the introduction, but after that, it's all about analysis. And here is the secret weapon to fix that: the pie structure. It's so simple, but it's a game changer. Your point is the main idea. The illustration is your specific evidence from the artifact, and the explanation, this is the most important part, is where you connect that evidence back to your big idea about culture. So if you follow these steps for every paragraph, you're golden. Start with a transition word. Easy points right there. Make sure your topic sentence is strong. And then just build out the rest of the paragraph using that pie structure. It guarantees your ideas will flow logically and really hit home. Now we are getting to the absolute core of the assignment. This is where you have that real aha moment. This essay isn't just about an artifact. It's about what that artifact reveals about you and your culture. Okay, listen up, because this is key. The secret to a really powerful analysis is focus. Don't try to talk about everything under the sun: race, generation, gender, social class, all jumbled together. You'll just end up scratching the surface. Pick 1 or maybe 2 primary cultural levels and go deep. And use this vocabulary. Make these words the anchor of your analysis. You need to explicitly connect every single example back to one of these levels. Don't just describe a scene. Explain how that scene reflects your generational values or your regional identity. Honestly, you should have this question on a sticky note right next to your screen while you write. For every single paragraph, ask yourself this question. It is the absolute heart of the assignment. And if you can't answer it clearly, you're probably just summarizing the plot again. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the proof. How you back up your claims and give credit where it's due. This is an area where, honestly, so many points get lost for no reason. We've got to be really direct here. If you're missing citations for scenes, using fake sources, or paraphrasing without giving credit, that's not just a simple mistake. That's plagiarism, and it could mean an automatic F. Just remember, every time you describe a specific scene or moment, you have to cite it. Every time. And please, don't let your quotes do the talking for you. It's your job to introduce them, use them as your evidence, and then explain why they matter to your argument. The sources are there to support your analysis, not replace it. Oh, and a good rule of thumb, you should be paraphrasing way more than you're quoting directly. Seriously, Just treat this as a non-negotiable checklist. Before you hit submit, go through every single item. And remember, fan pages, Wikipedia, lyric sites, those are not credible sources. You need to find real journalism or academic research from the library databases. All right, we're at the finish line. This last part is all about the polish, making your writing clear, consistent, and professional so that your brilliant ideas can really shine. It's a really common mistake to pull out a thesaurus and start using all these complicated words to sound more academic. But this usually just hurts your clarity and makes your writing feel, well, not like you. If a word feels unnatural coming out of your mouth, it's going to feel unnatural on the page. I mean, look at this comparison. It's perfect. I utilized my most substantial utensil. Come on, nobody talks like that. The better version is just direct. I used my favorite pencil to write my essay. Clarity equals confidence. Aim for a professional tone that still sounds like a real person. So these final steps are what make sure that little distracting errors don't get in the way of your big ideas. And that third one, it's key. Reading your essay out loud is probably the single best way to catch awkward phrasing and weird shifts in tone. Trust me on this one. So you have the blueprint now. The key is not to get overwhelmed and try to fix everything all at once. Just start with one thing. What's the one fix you can make right now that's going to make your essay that much stronger? Is it beefing up your thesis? Is it applying that pie structure to a paragraph? Whatever it is, go do it. Right now.